In today's lesson, we're going to use what we know about solving equations to solve two-step and multi-step equations. Remember, our goal in solving any sort of equation is to isolate the variable. That means to get the variable alone on one side of the equal sign. Here are some steps for solving any multi-step equation. First, simplify both sides if necessary. So for example, if you have an equation like 3x plus x minus 2 equals 7, your first step will be to combine your like terms. 3x plus 1x is 4x minus 2 equals 7. The second step is to undo first what was done last. Remember order of operations? We're going to use the order of operations in reverse. First, I'll locate my variable x. I will look at the operations performed on the x. So in this side, on the left-hand side of the equation, we have subtraction and we have multiplication. Subtraction is the last operation that was performed on the variable. It will be the first operation that I undo. I will add 2 to each side. When I add 2 to each side, that leaves me with 4x equals 9. Now again, I'm going to locate the variable x. The operation performed on the variable is multiplication. To undo multiplication, I will divide, and I'm dividing both sides by 4. On the left-hand side, my 4's cancel, and I get my final answer, x is equal to 9/4, which I can leave as an improper fraction. Here's another example. 18 is equal to 4a plus 10. Here's my variable. I have addition and I have multiplication. Addition was done last, so I will undo addition first by subtracting 10 from each side. Put your equal sign in between, bring it straight down, put your equal bar underneath. 18 minus 10 is 8 equals 4a. My variable a is multiplied by 4, so to undo the multiplication, I will divide by 4. Dividing both sides by 4, I get my answer 2 is equal to a. And remember, to check my answer, I will put the value of the variable in for a, giving me 18 equals 4 times a, but in this case, a equals 2, so 4 times 2 plus 10. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 10 is 18, and it checks. Here's some more examples. In the next example, y divided by 8 minus 3 divided by 4 equals 5/4. I'm going to write that over for you so you can realize that what we have here is division. Y divided by 8 minus 3 divided by 4 equals 5 divided by 4. There are two ways to solve this. The first will be for those of you that don't like fractions. We're going to get rid of the fractions. We'll do that by multiplying both sides by 8. You see that done in this step here. 8 times the entire left-hand side, y over 8 minus 3/4 is equal to 5/4 times 8. I'm going to write that as 8 over 1. Now I'm going to distribute on this side. Remember, to distribute, I multiply the first time by 8 and the second term by 8. That gives me 8 times y over 8 minus 8 times 3/4 equals 5 over 4. Remember, I wrote this as 8 over 1. I have some common factors. For my 8 times y over 8, I have a common factor of 8. The 8's cancel, and I'm left with what? Minus, I have 8 over 1 times 3/4. My common factor is 4, leaving me with 2 over 1 times 3 over 1. Well, 2 times 3 is 6. It gives me y minus 6 equals, again, I have a common factor of 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm almost finished. I'm to this point right here. I'm going to add 6 to each side. I'm bringing my equal sign straight down. It gives me my answer, y equals 16. Again, you can check that answer by putting 16 in for y. And 16 divided by 8 is 2 minus 3/4 equals 1 1/4 or 5/4. If you don't like that method, if that's confusing, that's okay. You can use your rules for adding fractions or multiplying by fractions or dividing. In this case, y over 4 minus 3/4 equals 5/4. We'll add. The operation done last was subtraction, so we're going to add the number 3/4. Adding 3/4 to each side gives me y divided by 8 equals 8 over 4. Well, 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now I have y over 8 equals 2. I'm going to undo the division. Here's my variable, here's my y. I'm going to undo the division by multiplying both sides by 8. My 8's cancel, leaving me with my answer, y equals 16. Now I'm going to look at the next two examples on my list. This is from lesson 1-4. Here we go. Sometimes you have to simplify before you solve your equations. Let's look at this example right here. 8x minus 21 minus 5x equals negative 15. There's a lot going on the left-hand side. I have an 8x and a negative 5x. So we're going to clean it up a little bit. We're going to do what we know how to do. Since I have an 8x and a negative 5x, I'm going to use the commutative property to put those like terms together. They're like terms because we have the same variable raised to the same power. To combine like terms, 8x minus 5x, you simply subtract the coefficients. 8 minus 5 is 3, so 8x minus 5x is 3x. Bring it down. 3x minus 21 equals negative 15. Now I have a straightforward equation, a two-step equation. The operation that was done last is subtraction. So I will undo that by adding. I'm going to add 21 because that was the amount that was subtracted. I'm going to add it to each side. I put the equal sign in and brought it straight down. Negative 15 plus 21 is 6. And on the left, I have a 3x. 3 times x equals 6. The operation performed on the variable was multiplication. To undo that, I will divide by 3 because that was the number that was multiplied to my x. 3x divided by 3 equals 6 over 3. Well, 3x divided by 3, the 3's cancel, and I'm left with 6 divided by 3, which is 2. This is my answer. To check this, I put my 2's in for my x's, giving me 8 times 2, which is 16, minus 21, minus 5 times 2, which is 10. Sorry, that's 10. And that equals negative 15. Now we have another example where we have to do some cleaning up, where we have to do some simplifying. 10y minus 4y plus 8 equals negative 20. The first thing you need to do is rewrite your subtraction as addition so that you know what to do with that minus sign. In fact, when you subtract, you add the opposite. We're going to put a negative 1 there so that we can distribute a negative 1. So this becomes 10y plus negative 1 times what's inside parentheses, 4y plus 8. Now I have a number outside parentheses times a sum of two terms, so I will distribute. Remember, to distribute, you multiply the first term by negative 1 and the second term by negative 1. So I have 10y plus negative 1 times the first term plus negative 1 times the second term equals negative 20. Now I'll simplify. 10y plus negative 4y plus negative 1 times 8 is negative 8 equals negative 20. Again, I have like terms, 10y plus a negative 4y. 10 minus 4 is 6, so 10y plus negative 4y is 6y. plus negative 8 equals negative 20. Here I have a negative 8. To get rid of it, I have to add an 8. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0. That goes away. That gives me 6y equals negative 12. I divide both sides by 6, and that gives me my answer, y equals negative 2. I have one more example for you. What happens if you're asked to find the value of a number minus 1? So if you're asked to find the value of a minus 1, or you're given a, first you have to find the value of a. So we write the equation 4a plus 2/10 equals 5. We follow our inverse operations. We do what was done last. We're going to undo that first. So subtract 2/10 from each side gives me 4a equals 4.8. Because remember, you add your decimal point and your 0 if you borrow. And that gives me 4.8. And then we divide both sides by 4. 4.8 divided by 4, you can take half of 4.8 and half again. Half of 4.8 is 2.4. Taking half again is 1.2. That's how you divide by 4. Since a is equal to 1.2, or 1 2/10, to see what a minus 1 equals, you simply take away the 1 from your answer. 1.2 minus 1 equals 2/10. That concludes our lesson for today. Now it's time for you to practice. Thank you.